hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, if you don't want any spoilers, stop this episode right now and go check out the previous two. They are the two videos just before this one, because trust me, massive spoilers alert coming right now that can change your life. Now I'm joking, but still go check out the previous two because the spoilers are immense. Before I give you the spoilers, Mercedes, according to the performance chart, are still the car to beat, with Ferrari in P2 now solidly the second place car, Red Bull P3, ourselves just ahead of Williams in P4, Williams P5, Racing Point P6, 7th place is Alfa Romeo Racing with McLaren 9th, McLaren 8th, Renault 9th, and Scuderia Toro Rosso in 10th. Guys, as you guys can see there at the bottom left, coming off of a fantastic win in Bahrain, the championship is on like Donkey Kong. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't watched that previous episode, even though you've heard the spoiler and seen the spoiler now, please go check the first two races out. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee it. Choosing a new rival, guys, we went with Lewis Hamilton. And guys, the championship, like I said, it's on now. It's on. I can no longer say that I do not have the car for it. The car proved itself in the first two rounds, and from now on, we are never aiming less than P5. We have got to strike now when we have the opportunity. But guys, heading into this weekend, you guys know I've got a massive soft spot for China. I absolutely adore this circuit, like really I do, and I want to do good here at China. But on this year's version of the F1 game, the AI are immensely consistent and very strong, very strong around China. So we will see what we can do, but let's head straight into qualifying.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. The competition is certainly heating up as we head into today's qualifying. Some impressive times showing up during the previous practice sessions. Anthony Davidson, do you think we can expect a similar level of skill to be showcased during today's qualifier?
Well, I certainly hope so. The competition here is extremely tight, and I think we might see some very close times today. Remember, practice isn't just about fastest lap times though, it's about optimization, it's about ratifying your decisions. No one's going to be sweating small mistakes here and there, but in qualifying that all changes. You need to nail that perfect lap or face the consequences, and believe me, that's a lot of pressure.
Guys, jumping straight into qualifying, heading to the end of our only lap in Q1. We open up the DRS, going underneath that brilliant piece of shade of, I don't know what that is, the Chinese main stadium. We just actually scraped through. It wasn't the best lap, but also wasn't bad. And when I saw this pace, I was like, yeesh, we have got our work cut out for us this weekend here in China. But in any case, guys, we are at the Shanghai International Circuit, a track that I more than just love. I absolutely adore this track, and even though the AIRs make this track such a bad experience sometimes with how OP they are here, I can't help but love this circuit. Guys, please, if you like what you're seeing so far, please go down below and drop a like. It helps me out so much. It's just gonna take you 2 seconds. Please tick that thumbs up. I will adore you for that. Now, guys,
we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
You guys can see that I did go onto a set of mediums to try and better my time. The mediums were just way too slow compared to the softs. I was constantly a 10th and a half to 2 tenths down on my soft lap time, which was already on a worn set of soft tires. So I just knew at the end of the lap, save the mediums, come into the pit lane, and just try a new set of soft tires, even though that's not the optimal way to go. We have to get this car into Q3, and we have to try our absolute best. Now, guys, after Bahrain, the previous episode, I was astonished. You guys, if you haven't watched the episode yet, you guys know, when I realized after the first pit stop phases that I was in P3, I completely lost my cool. I didn't click that, hey, you're in P3, this is a possible race win. And when I realized it, I couldn't believe that my strategy was just that good. It was something of beauty, and that is one of the Grand Prix I am most proud of that I've ever driven. But as you guys see, heading to the end of Q2, once again, we just scraped through. The Red Bulls have showed up. Vettel and Pierre Gasly are in there mixing it with the Ferraris and the Mercedes. So this Q3 is going to be much harder than it seems. And also, Racing Point and Williams, even though they haven't brought upgrades, they have showed up this weekend. So yeah, this was not going to be the easiest weekend. You guys can see I have a terrible final corner at the end of our first lap in Q3. So I know my second lap has got to be better just with the final corner. And there were a few other places where I felt I could go quicker. But both my runs in Q3 were on brand spanking new set of soft tires. So to better my lap, well, basically just to match my first lap in the first 2 sectors was going to be my main goal. But guys, let's go around the Shanghai International Circuit. It's one of my favorites, and let's just enjoy. Heading into the first corner, it's a never-ending right-hander. You slowly but surely come off the power and play with the brake and the off throttle. Heading into the second corner, it's a very tight left-hander. Sorry, the first corner is a right-hander. The second corner is a very tight left-hander. You have to be on the power as quick as possible, but you have to nurse the power coming out of the corner. Heading into the second sector's first corner, a very, very tight hairpin. Once again, plant the power as early as possible. Heading into an S section, which if you get it wrong, it will cost you easily half a second. You guys can see I played on the limited just to get the car turned in. Fourth gear to get the car turned in for this next part. The second S is much tighter than the first one. Third gear for this double left-hander. Fourth gear, fifth gear. The car really easily oversteers there. In my opinion, that is the easiest place to spin out on the track. Heading into the first corner of the third sector. And now through this very, very fun, constant right-hander as you head onto the more than 1 kilometer long back straight here at China. 7th gear, 8th gear, overtake on the ERS, open up DRS, and now we head to the tightest corner on the track, the hairpin at the end of the back straight, down to first gear to get the car to turn in, second gear as you go through the corner to kill the oversteer, maybe a little bit of a short shift into third gear just like I did there, open up the power, heading to the final corner. We are just up at our previous time, but this has to be a good run. Yes it is. We are going to take 2/10 of our time, and our time is, we are in P!
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Hamilton, Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
Oh yes, it's not the end of the world. We are not where we want to be, but it's not a bad place as well. So, guys, China, we're going to have a wet start to this Grand Prix, so you guys know, as always, China is going to provide an epic race. So let's head to the grid, and let's enjoy this awesome Chinese Grand Prix.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. The ever-tightening turns 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here at Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about O'Connor. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Perez, O'Connor, Weber, Gasly and George Russell, Butler, Norris, Kimi Raikkonen and Grosjean, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Kvyat. Stroll and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Guys, strategy is out the door thanks to the wet start. You only have to plan as you drive along. So let's get into it and enjoy the formation lap with me. Let's jam.
minutes of rain. 10 minutes. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now. Dries or inters.
Are you guys ready for the Chinese Grand Prix as we head to 5 red lights and it's go, go, go for a slippy start to the Chinese Grand Prix. Into the first corner, you guys can see I'm trying to joggle for position, but this first corner is really technical. But it is Max Verstappen who leads the way from P2 on the grid, from Lewis Hamilton, who is now in second, and Charles Leclerc in P3. P4, it's a battle between Sebastian Vettel and one of the Racing Point cars there. I think it is Sergio Perez, as I am battling right behind with the second Racing Point of Lucas Weber. You guys see, heading through to the end of the first sector, everybody is going really smoothly. The grip levels are not the best. There's a massive dive from my side. Ooh, I nearly clipped the rear of Charles Leclerc. I go for a dive down the inside of the Racing Point and Sebastian Vettel. Let's have a rerun of the start. Guys, Valtteri Bottas had an absolutely horrible start. Reason being, guys, literally as we lined up on the grid, my engineer told me that Valtteri's car already had a problem. So he just didn't have any power coming off the line. And as you guys see, even in wet conditions, we completely trumped him off of the first corner. A little bit of rubbing there between myself and Valtteri. But yeah, he just completely turned in on me and I was not going to budge there. Guys, heading into this next, the second sector, first corner, the hairpin. You guys can see there's a massive dive from myself onto the Racing Point of Sergio Perez and the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel. That was a little bit eager. I nearly ran into the back of Charles Leclerc. I do not know how I got this car stopped in time, but I did, and thank goodness I did. Otherwise, my race would have been one heck of an uphill battle, to say the least. So yeah, guys, you guys heard on the formation lap, the engineer says it's not optimal weather for inters, but not for slicks as well. So just be safe. Play it out on the slicks and we will see what we are able to do at this stage of the Grand Prix. But guys, I will not give it longer than 8 laps until it's going to be dry. With the cars now running on the track, we're going to make a dry line very quickly, and the spray is going to become minimal as soon as the light rain stops. So I don't think it's going to be long until DRS gets activated and it is time for slick tires. As you guys see, heading to the end of the first lap, Sebastian Vettel tries to go for a move on my inside coming into the hairpin. I take a wide line to make sure that I can get the power down on these intermediate tires as soon as possible. You guys see the rear end of my car is a bit squirrely, but it's not the end of the world. The top 3 at this stage, we're running away with this. And I have to say, the Ferraris and the Mercedes pace, well, the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, was absolutely flying in these conditions. So I think they might have compromised for a higher downforce setup. You never know. But I knew the race was going to get dry, so I was not going to compromise my setup in qualifying. Oh boy! There's a blowout, guys. Valtteri Bottas' race is over, and he hasn't even completed lap 2. This is the end, well, the final sector of lap 2, guys. And Valtteri Bottas is out of the Chinese Grand Prix. I am sure he's going to be absolutely furious. If you guys remember, Lewis Hamilton took a penalty the previous Grand Prix in Bahrain, and it might have been for the part that just said bye-bye on Valtteri's car. You never know. In any case, guys, back to the action on lap 3. You guys can see it's still myself and Sebastian Vettel, but now the 2 racing points have started to insert themselves into this battle, as well as the the second Red Bull of Pierre Gasly. Well, guys, F1 would be so cool if every team had 3 cars. Imagine that. A 30 car grid. That would be absolutely fantastic. That would be awesome. I think that to me would be phenomenal. I would absolutely love that. And oh my word. Okay, guys, back to the action. I'm not going to start talking about that because I will literally talk the entire episode. But in any case, guys, back to the action. You guys can see me and Vettel had a bit of a battle going into the first corner, and now the racing point. The Pink Panther of Sergio Perez is trying to get a move done on the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel. You guys know Vettel has not had the best luck the first part of this second season. In Australia, he ended like P9 thanks to him breaking his rear wing mid-race. In Bahrain, he didn't even finish the Grand Prix. He had some sort of mechanical issue, the car, or electrical issue, I'm not sure. But the car just, he retired the car with like 5 laps to go. So that's really sad news for Sebastian. So yeah, Sebastian Vettel at this stage, he needs the points really, really badly. I think Vettel is aiming for, he needs a podium, guys. He really needs a podium. But guys, now jumping onto the end, I think this is lap 5 if I'm not mistaken. It is Charles Leclerc coming into the pit lane right ahead of Lewis Hamilton. The second Ferrari of Charles, I keep saying Charles Leclerc for Max Verstappen. Guys, I'm so sorry. It's Max Verstappen coming into the pit lane with Lewis Hamilton, while Charles Leclerc has stayed out for another lap. Guys, myself as well has come into the pit lane this lap. I'm not going to take any gambles. I want to get off of these intermediate tires. They are absolutely horrible to drive in these conditions. And even though it's still dripping, guys! Oh my word. That was an unsafe release by Rich Energy Horse Racing. Please don't tell me that's going to be a penalty. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. Oh boy. Horse, you can't do that, man. Seriously. You can't do that. In any case, guys, you guys can see I went from onto a set of mediums. I was going to basically two-stop this race, inters to mediums to mediums. Guys, if a race starts wet or at any point of a Grand Prix, for those of you that don't know, if a race starts wet or it gets wet at any stage, the rule about having to use 2 different set of slick tires goes out the window. If a Grand Prix starts with wet weather, you are allowed to absolutely do anything. So if you have enough soft tires to run the entire race, you can do that if you want. You don't have to put on 2 different compounds just to stay within the rules and regulations. So yeah, you guys can see Charles Leclerc has got onto the same strategy as myself. He went onto mediums, where most of the people on the grid actually went to soft tires. So they are making sure that they are going onto a 3-stop unless they go to a set of hard tires after the soft tire stint. But I don't think they will do that because, guys, the hards, they are absolutely pathetic around China. They're useless. That's why I went mediums. I didn't want to gamble and push my mediums too far come the end of the Grand Prix by going onto a set of soft tires now. So I think the mediums were the safest way to go for myself. And as you guys see, we're just quickly running through the top 10. You guys know the numbers and the helmets by now. So the order has been shuffled up a bit. But now myself, just getting to grips with these medium tires. The guys on the soft tires, as you guys can see here, Devin Butler, is pressuring me because the difference between the softs and the mediums are complete different worlds, guys. The soft tires, as you guys saw qualifying, I set my first flying lap in Quali 2 on a worn set of soft tires. I could have bet it on a brand new set of mediums. That's the pace difference between the softs and the mediums. So I can understand the people that were on the soft tire, that went onto the soft tires, just wanted to try and get themselves into definite points paying positions. But with my car having a fantastic engine in the rear and it being a very consistent car on the middle compound in general, yeah, I'm just not just gonna let them come past me and be like, okay, take the position and just fly away. No. I'm fighting for every single position in this championship and every single race because I am a championship contender. After the previous round, I proved that with a stamp of authority at Bahrain. Guys, except Bahrain, the track I feel that I like a little less than Bahrain, that I am worse at than Bahrain, is definitely Hungary. Monaco without the barriers, as people call it in the Formula One world. So, yeah, if something like that happened at Hungary, I will do the rain dance for a full week, and people can record me and put me on YouTube. Because trust me, I will not mind making myself look like a complete nincompoop if I win at the track that I know I am basically the worst at. So, in any case, guys, going on further into this Grand Prix, you guys can see now Sebastian Vettel is starting to battle with Devin Butler, as I'm starting to slowly but surely make a gap on them as they are battling away with the Red Bull of Sebastian. Now, guys, I think Vettel was desperate to get good points at this Grand Prix just to get himself a little bit back into the championship, because at this stage Vettel has got a full, I think, 2 points in the championship compared to Max Verstappen and myself, who are leading the championship. So yeah, guys, just a quick thing there on the screen. Max Verstappen did come in the previous lap. The recording was very, very wonky, so I couldn't use it. But just so you guys know, Hamilton and Verstappen were still battling away, but Verstappen did come in the previous lap to strap on a set of medium tires, and at this stage, Lewis is going to strap on also a set of medium tires. No, wait, I think I'm lying. I think Max actually strapped on a set of soft tires. Yes, he did. Here we go. You guys can see Max came out right behind me. So now he is trying to battle. He is battling me for, I don't think it's the race lead. There are a few cars ahead of us that are eking it out longer. I know Charles Leclerc is one of them, who is on the same strategy as myself, going from mediums to mediums, as I think he is. But as you guys see, Max defended from Lewis, but is now stuck in traffic. Basically, I am a mobile chicane. And once again, I repeat, I'm going to fight with absolutely everything I've got, because I am a championship contender. And as you guys see, I am still battling away with Max, who's on the soft tires. And basically now I'm spoiling his race because he wanted to get out ahead of Lewis and start building a gap. But I was basically stopping that from happening because I wanted to keep myself in a position. Because guys, now I know Max has to put together. Those soft tires will never run to the end, as well as Lewis. His mediums will not last to the end. If I can stay ahead of him, come ahead of them, come the pit stop phases for them again and myself, I can bank myself a very solid podium position, which would be about P2 or P3. And that by me would be just dandy. So I was defending as if my life depended on it. And guys, remember, don't forget about Sebastian Vettel, who is still somewhere behind these guys, also battling away. He is still a contender for this race, as well as Charles Leclerc, who is a little bit further ahead on medium tires. So, as you guys see, it is now a three-way battle between myself, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. There's contact heading into the hairpin, as me and Max make a little bit of contact coming out of the hairpin. I have a big kick of oversteer, but now it is myself v Hamilton v Max Verstappen, going through the final corner to start lap 15. Lewis Hamilton is right underneath my gearbox, and Verstappen underneath his...
seconds.
Okay, Jeff, just shush. It is not important now. I run a little bit wide heading into the first corner, but I want to open up my line as this corner just gets all tighter and tighter. A beautiful run through there. And guys, these guys are behind me. Lewis and Max are on new tires. I'm on worn tires, but I was fighting with everything I got. And as you guys see, we head onto the very long back straight once again. DRS gets flicked open by Max and Lewis, and now it's going to be 3 wide heading into the hairpin. I keep the racing line to have the optimal line running through the corner, but I don't think I know Max is on the inside, because remember guys, I see from my POV, I get squeezed out onto the curb, and now I've lost 2 positions, but I'm going to have DRS for the home straight. They are side by side heading to the final corner, so they are going to be slow. Once again, we are 3 wide heading into the first corner. This action is absolutely epic. We passed Lewis Hamilton. I cut off Charles Leclerc's front nose. Lewis goes back to the inside. What just happened? Oh my word, Lewis tries a move on me as well. 3 cars that have just swapped about positions about 5-6 times in a question of 3-4 corners. Oh my soul. Oh, how did I come out ahead in that battle? How on earth did I stay ahead? Oh my soul. You guys can see Lewis is once again trying to mount a move off of the POV of Charles Leclerc. I am on the inside this time. I give Lewis a squeeze, and now Charles is like, oh, thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Turbo. I am back up in position as I am diving straight into the pit lane. Guys, Max is into the pit lane, and as soon as this happened, I turned my horse all the way up to 11, rich fuel mix, hot lap on the ERS, because I was coming into the pit lane the very next lap to try and make sure that I stay ahead of Charles Leclerc, who goes on to, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen! Bloody hell! To try and stay ahead of Max Verstappen for the rest of this Grand Prix. And also the next lap, this is Charles Leclerc diving his Ferrari into the pit lane, who is on the same strategy as me. So I knew that because he was coming in, it was the right strategy call for me to come in as well. Oh my word. Okay, and I know Lewis is also probably going to come in unless he stays out another lap. Remember guys, he's on mediums, he's not on softs. So guys, the strategy has just blown up wide open. There you guys can see Lewis stays out another lap, like I think was the smartest thing to do. Lewis is out in the lead, and now here is myself coming into the pit lane. Charles Leclerc will exit the pit lane in P2, but will I stay ahead of Max Verstappen? Don't release me dangerously. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, guys, there goes Sebastian Vettel. What? Oh my word! There goes Vettel, and oh, I'm out of the pit a little bit squirrely, and oh no! Damn it. Guys, Verstappen has gotten the move done on me. And guys, I've got bad news for all the Hamilton haters like myself. Hamilton is not stopping again. Lewis Hamilton is taking those medium tires all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. So basically, I have cost Max Verstappen a second victory in the championship. So guys, let's run through the top 10 after this crazy pit stop friendly race. It is Lewis Hamilton leading the way of the Chinese Grand Prix here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Charles Leclerc is now in P2, someone who was not in contention for this race win really due to his pace, but Charles is in P2. Sebastian Vettel is finally catching a break. He is in P3, but Max Verstappen behind him is chasing him very quickly. He is on the same strategy as Lewis Hamilton, so his tires will be much older than Max Verstappen's in P4. I said Charles Leclerc for Max Verstappen again. Guys, please, the next time one of you guys see me, please slap me. I mean, legit, man. Max Verstappen is in P4, myself in P5. I have completely lost track of the rest of the drivers, so I have just completely messed this up. You guys know the numbers by now? You guys just saw Devin Butler in P10, I can at least tell you that. Guys, but now the race is very quickly starting to dim it down. It is Charles... Oh my soul, Turbo! Max Verstappen! Max! Verstappen! Try saying that quickly 5 times in a row. It is a tongue twister. Max Verstappen mounts a move on the previous world champion. The two men that swapped cars, and Max has got himself back up into a podium position. Vettel is down to P4. I myself am defending from Pierre Gasly, who is in P6 right behind me. Guys, like I said, I think I said it in the previous episode, and I said it in the beginning of this one as well. I can't take any position less than P5 if I want to keep my head in this championship for the beginning of this season. Guys, oh, there's a move from Pierre Gasly. He locks up and gives me a little bit of a shove, but now I'm going to have DRS as we go down the very strong back straight, and my engine is far more superior than the Honda motor in the back of this Red Bull. But in any case, guys, until my car literally catches up with Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes according to the R&D, I have to squeeze pace out of this car as much as possible and make sure that I get this car into P5 positions consistently. But guys, that has been this Grand Prix. You guys see Lewis Hamilton going through the final corner. He is going to win the Chinese Grand Prix here at Shanghai. And guys, that's brilliant from Lewis Hamilton. Guys, 3 different winners, for this season thus far. Max Verstappen won the first race, we won race 2 in Bahrain, and Lewis Hamilton has won the third race. This is crazy. Charles Leclerc came through in P2 with Max Verstappen in P3 and Sebastian Vettel a solid P4. He would have wanted more, but still not a bad day in the office for Sebastian and Red Bull. But guys, we come across the line for P5!
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Guys, what a Chinese Grand Prix. Not the thriller that Australia and Bahrain was, but not a boring race by any stretch of the imagination. Guys, the season has kicked off on such a high level. If this action keeps going, guys, I think I'm going to have a heart attack come the end of the season, because I get so excited in these races when I commentate for you guys. It's absolutely nuts. But this was an absolutely excellent Grand Prix. And guys, P5, P1, P5, we are consistent, but we are not there just yet.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
Thanks, Jeff. I think we did do good. I think we deserved that by the utmost. But guys, we've still got a lot of work to do. It's still a long season ahead of us, so we cannot lie back for 1 second. But guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Please leave a like down below. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. Please share this video with your friends. I beg of you. I can see who shares the video, so I will give you guys a future shout out. Last thing, subscribe. Don't forget to ding the bell to never miss an episode of this absolutely amazing season. And I'll see y'all for round 4 at Baku, my favorite circuit. Cheers!